Welcome into the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise, where today not only are we going to be facing the Indianapolis Colts in a rivalry matchup, we also will be facing the Tennessee Titans in our first doubleheader. And if we win both of these games, there is a very good chance we lock in our spot to the playoffs. As for the Colts game, returning from injury, Brian Thomas Jr. missed last week with a practice injury. He'll be slotted back into wide receiver 1. Opposite to that, Tyson Campbell will be out today as he had a shoulder strain in practice. So filling in on the outside will be Cameron Mitchell, making his first part-time start here with the Jacksonville Jaguars, a normal dev young corner who has 85-man coverage, 77 zone, 78 press. Due to that low tackle 46, he'll be playing on the outside. In our base packages, Hilly Ringo will also be on the outside where he's played in seasons past. This year he switched to slot, and when we go to nickel or dime, he will go to that slot spot. A balanced corner though, 80 at man, zone, and press, and he provides far better tackling than Mitchell. Now, as we get game one of our doubleheader underway, I want you all to let me know what you think about this new format as we are officially underway here in Indy. Washington set back to return as he breaks one, then gets flattened at the 27. Jeff Polk in the offense will hit the field, and he's very much taken control of this offense. The passing has started to smooth out, and he's really starting to separate those touchdowns to interceptions. But we also got to make sure we keep our running back involved here. Travis Etienne, he weaves, picking up some good blocks, but I think one of them maybe grabbed a little too much blue. Is going to back us up. And it was on the man setting the edge, Luke Bacon, second-year tackle. The first and 20. A stacked front here for the Colts, but they're going to drop back into coverage. Check down and through the hands of Addison. So how about a second and 20, which was supposed to be a second and 1. Single high safety off coverage on the outside. Polk, he's going to step up and take the sack to Forrest Buckner. Only his 4th on the season, but it's going to be a loss of 4 for our Jags. And it leaves Polk in a tough spot here. Can you find 24 plus yards on one play? Davis spread to the right-hand side. He gets a good release. Polk lays it out for him. He's caught on the run. 30, 20. Hitchens is closing in, but will not catch him. 3rd and 24. How about a house call? As Jeff Polk finds Gabe Davis down the right sideline. An absolutely phenomenal look there for wide receiver 2/3. Last game was playing wide receiver 1. He's bounced around and he continues to put in work here for our Jacksonville Jaguars. 3 plays, less than a minute comes off the clock. And as Richardson and the Colts come on out, he's already got a hole to dig his team out of. 15 touchdowns, 15 interceptions on the year. It's a contract year for him. And he's going to get dropped. Walker and Mason Smith both over there. A loss of 6, play 1. Well, this Jags team is hungry for a win here against the Colts, who did beat them 30-24 earlier on here in the season. And their leading receiver does it all here. Everett, their tight end, takes them to midfield. And not only is he leading them in receptions, but in yards as well. And by receptions, it's by about 10 more than the next receiver. As Richardson will look outside, he hooks up with rookie Antone Cannon. And he shakes a tackle, getting the Colts set up. Goal to go down at the 8. The rookie had a phenomenal game against us last time, as it's Taylor ending the drive here for the Colts. Both offenses with some explosive plays after going backwards early on. Tying this game up here in Indy 7-7. And for the defense, it's just plainly not a good look. They blanked out some of the best offenses in the NFL. But against division rivals, they have struggled massively. The offense, they'll take the field, needing to answer back, retake that lead. Good return has us starting at the 33. 2nd and 10, it's Etienne with a gain of 7 on his first official carry. He and Buckner will exchange a few words, had his previous run called back with the Luke Bacon holding. 3rd and 3, bunch to the right-hand side. Polk throws underneath. He finds Gabe Davis and is stuffed at about the 48. But 2 catches for 94 yards is not a bad start for him. I formation here on the helmet. As Etienne goes down the middle, a missed block there from Okwanu will lessen the gain. But we'll take at least something gained on 1st down, 2 getting us just by the midfield line. 2nd and 8, play action, throwing, finding Thomas, his first catch in 2 weeks down to the 31. He's been a bit of a diva so far this year, but if he could put forth some good effort on the field, we'll take that in the long run. As wide open again is Gabe Davis. Gonna get down to the 15, 110 yards for him. And we're not quite even 5 minutes into this game. At the 15, I form. It's gonna be Etienne right down the middle, kept those legs churning for 4. But trying to get the ball here into the end zone there at the 11 with a bunch left-hand side. That's going to be motion Sexton. Also knocks to that left-hand side. Throwing and finding Thomas with the spinning grab. He's down to the 3. Sure, the receiver doesn't quite like having to make that adjustment, but it kept him pretty clean out there. Doesn't take the hit. Split backfield here in shotgun. Travis tries to find the slit back lane. Nothing to do there. Quiddy Pay with the stop. Plus a flag down to back him up. This time they get Jack Conklin. So the right side is the holding side so far. And that's not even the side with DeForest Buckner. He's on the left-hand side. Throwing underneath, they find Addison, and he will take it to the house. We seem to have some of our best plays following a penalty. Jordan Addison puts our Jags back on top here in Indy, 14-7. And if we could get our defense in tune as well, I would love to dominate the Colts. We got to stop Taylor and the offense. He's averaging about 4 yards per carry this season. Looking for him on the check downer. Instead, it opens the door for Richardson, who will take it to about midfield. An injury, though, Will Fries. A big miss for the Colts. He'll head to the bench for now. But if we're going to see Richardson taking those kind of scrambles, we might need to have a QB spy today. As they're up to the 48, still on their side. Tight shotgun look. As they flood one side, and a perfect touch finds Downs for the 1st down. When Richardson catches his groove, he's been really good. It's just those turnovers that have really tanked the Colts this season, playing in quite a few close games. Walker gets the pressure, but he delivers a clean ball to Everett. He's been the safety net for this Colts offense this year, and they have relied a lot on him, as we talked about earlier. He leads them in pretty much every receiving category, but Mitchell finds the end zone with 6 seconds in the first to spare. 14-14, and no defense has really made a play today. Now, we are missing our number 1 corner, so that will have something to do with it. But we're going to have to rely a lot here on the offense to keep up momentum. As we end the first quarter with a handoff to Travis Etienne, he gains 3, and we'll take a breather. 14-14, both offenses high-flying, a couple plays from the defense here and there, but both defenses are giving up massive plays. For Coach Boston, he's going to have to sort that out rather quickly. As 2nd and 7 as we start the second at the 34. Be a throw underneath and finds again Addison, who's going to pick up the 1st down, but we've got more yellow in the backfield. We had 2 holdings. This makes a 3rd, and it's Conklin's 2nd of the game. Not good here from the offensive line. Holding has been a problem for the Jaguars the last couple seasons. Throwing, finding Addison, who just crossed the linebacker. Hitchens not able to keep up, makes it 3rd and 2. And here the Jaguars have a versatile amount of players to try to get the job done. 2 tight ends go to the right-hand side. Etienne with the eye, and it's Madison Turner on the keeper. About half a yard, maybe a full yard short at the 40. But Boston will keep the offense on the field. Hard count. Someone jumps. They don't call it. Travis, he breaks it to the outside. One to beat. Will corral him, pushing him out at the 34. But a big gain for 4th and 1. And for Coach Boston, he's got to be very happy about that, considering it should have been a free play. Buckner jumped early. 1st and 10 with a rollout, throwing to Madison. Turner, not able to break the tackle in open field. They're getting the rookie involved here on this drive. 2nd and 10 at the 34. Under pressure, and it will be a sack. They try to set up the slip screen, but Laulu is there to bring down Polk, and it will force a 3rd and 15. First down is sitting about the 24. Hard count. 2 players move, 1 each side, and they're going to get Aquanu. So how about a 3rd and 20 then? We did hit on a 3rd and 24 for a touchdown. Can we find a similar situation here? 2 high safeties press on the outside. Letting this one develop, coming across, finding Thomas, who put on the spin. He broke 2, but he couldn't break the last one. Sets up a 4th and 6 at the 30. And this time, I believe Coach Boston will send out Cam Little. They don't utilize him all too often. But this one is headed right down the gut. A 3-point lead here for the Jaguars. That keeps the streak of scoring drives going at 100. The Jaguars defense pick up the first stop. Well, it's going to be read option. Cisco with a big hit on the pretty large frame of Richardson. Playing at 6'4", 250. He does pick up 1. 2nd and 9, bringing the blitz. Jaguars, and making the tackle on the outside, Jarian Jones. 2nd catch on the day for Cannon. Again, he had a phenomenal breakout game against this Jaguars defense last time, and almost the entire line for both sides jump early. And of course, they're going to go with the neutral zone infraction. Not sure if Junior Alford was the first to move, but he was definitely one of the party. Empty set. And it's going to be a swing to the outside. And Everett breaks the tackle of Cisco. It's going to be up to Jarian Jones, who gets juked by Everett. Gives the Colts their first lead of the game. With about 3 or so minutes here left in the first half. But we will have 3:28 exactly to try to reclaim our lead. 21-17. Starting back at the 25 with some play action. And trying to let this one rip. He does get it out. It's going to be into double coverage, triple almost there at the end. A big risk there from Polk. Thomas, though, he got a hand on it for a second. Still here at the 25, empty set. Throwing right-hand side, they find Addison, who will fight through 2 defenders, pick up that first down, and they will go hurry up from there. Defense shaking up their look. Single high safety. And it will be an underneath throw, finding Dawson Knox, his first catch. He's had some pretty big games with the Jacksonville Jaguars following the trade for him, and he's had some where he hasn't quite affected the game all too much. Polk, he's going to scramble here and slide down with the first down, and they're going to try to get one more play off here before the 2-minute warning. Safeties switch, and they're sending him deep downfield, rolling again. He's got Addison, put it on him. Down to the 32, Addison with another grab. And that takes us into the 2-minute warning. Both offenses, again, still firing on all cylinders. One of these defensive players are going to make a huge play at some point. But we're going to try to make sure that's not going to be a Colt. ETN here on the screen. He falls over the down defender trying to cut back outside. But Polk with a clean 13 of 16. At the 27, 3rd and 5, hard count. This time we see the flags fly, as it is to Addison, who's got the first down to the 20. Boston could go ahead and decline that one. Jaguars have done a great job of converting those downs despite not always getting the penalty call. As this one goes to Thomas on the drag, spin move, and the lead is back in hand for Jacksonville. Welcome back, Brian Thomas Jr. Gotta give credit to Coach Boston. He's put together one of the strongest receiving cores here in the NFL. With the Jags currently sitting atop the AFC, poised for another playoff run. They're going to need their defense to play like a playoff defense. With 1:05 starting at the 26, they need to pick up the stop here as that ball just gets by Jerry and Jones, distracting the receiver Mitchell. He drops it. We definitely haven't seen great coverage, haven't seen plays made out in space either for this defense. As it's 2nd and 10 outside, Mitchell with the quick tackle on Mitchell. Colts will end up using a timeout there. They have 2 more remaining. With a bunch to the right-hand side, throwing quickly, and again, it's dropped. Mitchell, they're doing a good job of getting some space at least on these routes. They just got to make sure they follow through with the hands. 55 seconds now. Throw outside, and Ringo gets the tackle inbounds. That clock runs till they call that timeout. 48 seconds remain for them, and it's going to be a 3rd and 7 here at the 42. First down is at the 49. Walker gets pressure, but dropping it in, he finds Cannon, who just got massive separation there in man coverage. And it's not like this defense doesn't have speed there in the secondary. They're just getting beat on some really clean routes. And a gain of about 3 gets them out of bounds with 17 seconds. A field goal would tie this game. And I believe they get ball after half with another first down completion to Everett. Final timeout is called. 12 seconds. You get a tackle inbounds here. We send this thing to halftime on top. Richardson, he throws out of the back of the end zone with 7 seconds to spare. From there, they will make the safe decision, go for the tie. Gay comes on out here. Going to be about a 38-yarder right down the middle, 24-24. That will be your halftime score. Level here in Indy. The offenses showed up in a massive way this first half. Almost the same score we had from that previous game where it ended 30-24 in favor of the Colts. We're going to take a break from our game, take a look around the league as the Titans, they're putting a good fight up against the Philadelphia Eagles. 10-10 there at halftime. Levis and Hurts both with a touchdown. But jumping ahead to the next game, we look down south. Miami, they host the Patriots. 14-3, the Dolphins on top. Drake May, 2 of 8 throwing, only 39 yards. For our final update, we have the Commanders hosting the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys on top there, 14-7 in what might be early NFC playoffs. For our Jags, we are trying to lock in playoffs, but to do that, we've got to pick up the win here against the Colts. They do start off the second half with possession, the chance to grab their second lead as Everett comes very close to a first down, 5 catches, 114 yards. It's been a career year for him here with the Indianapolis Colts. They had a similar tight end, at least in style, but they brought in someone else, and it's paying off massively as Taylor takes one of his few carries he's had today, picks up the first down. With how successful that passing game has been, kind of makes sense why they don't go his way, at least that often. Back-to-back here, he picks up another 3. Perhaps we're seeing a little change of pace from the Colts offense. Going with that back-to-back runs, though, finding a pass here, 2 downs for another first down. 257 yards throwing for Richardson today, and we still have a majority of the second half to go. As they're inside the 40, Mitchell holds on to this one and picks up another Colts first down. Just simply not playing tight enough in coverage here and giving ourselves an opportunity to try to jar a ball free. Good cutback for Taylor. Another first down, Indy. Right now, they are just steady marching down the field here to open up the second half. Taking off already about 3 minutes of play action, and it's caught by Everett. No gain. Yancey, the rookie for the Jaguars, perhaps just trying to get a little bit of some payback for all those yards he has on him. Again, about over 115. Richardson scrambles. He'll take it himself. Yancey with the tackle. Richardson gets stuffed 2 yards short of the line to gain. Jaguars force a 3rd and 2. And Taylor will pick it up. Hesitation from the linebacker spot. Gives up that extra half a yard. That's something the Jaguars linebacker group really doesn't do that often. But they're going to come out with a heavier look here as it's goal to go at the 6. Richardson scrambles and takes a hit when he tries to throw it. The ball will hit the turf incomplete, and they avoid any loss of yardage. Read option, Richardson with the Colts lead, capping off a dominant offensive drive, marching down from I believe the 25 is where they started. Richardson finishes it with the read option as Hines Allen took out Taylor. The Jaguars offense, they'll take the field for the first time this half with 3:19 on the clock. They start at the 30. Going to be two to spread to the right-hand side and play action. Looking downfield and squeezing it into Thomas. The linebacker couldn't quite get over there, and Clark, you guessed it, a flag down in the backfield makes this our 5th holding call. And you just know at some point Antone Harrison is going to get involved in that. It's called on the left tackle. 1st and 20 negates a really massive play here. But Travis Etienne with space. He's caught it at the 40, 20, 10, 5. About 10-yard gap between him and the nearest defender. We love making a big play following a self-inflicted penalty. Standing back inside his own 10. That ball traveled to the opposite 40. What a throw from Jeff Polk. And in technically just one play, our Jaguars answer. Now back over to Indy's offense that had a opposite drive. Slow, methodical. Took off about 4.5 minutes. We took off a handful of seconds. Richardson with time. Checks this one down for a gain of 3. But we really need someone on this side here to make a big play. Getting back on side won't be a free 5. Throwing to the flat and jarring it free is Yancey. We've been calling his name a little bit here the last couple drives as he primed to make the big play for us. With a 3rd and 7. Going downfield, and it's caught. Cannon. What a play from the rookie. Took 2 shots, and he holds on to it. Down to the 32. Mitchell came over to try to jar it free. He couldn't. Just overall a fantastic play. And if you love offense, you're getting all of it here today. As Jones can't bring down Taylor, he's finally pushed out at the 10. 6 rushes, 57 yards. For the Jaguars defense, they could really use that big play here. Backed up on their goal line with a 1st and 10. Not goal to go. Richardson, he's going to find another read option touchdown. Cisco couldn't get over there in time. Now it's the Jaguars who are having to answer to the Colts offense. First half, it was the opposite. I'm not sure what it is about these rivalry games that makes the defense struggle so much. But Polk is not. 4 touchdowns for him, 328 passing, and we still got a little over a quarter to go. Got to keep this game clean. He finds Brian Thomas Jr. holding on a gain of 8. The Jaguars, they're going to look to go hurry up here. Going to flip the front. Knox goes to the left, Thomas Jr. to the right. Blitz is brought. They get Travis Etienne outside, angling towards the sideline. He's out at the 45. They're not going to get the running game well involved here. They're at least going to get him involved in the passing. Had the touchdown the last time. Big chunk there. As they're going back to the air, it's Knox underneath, turning up for a gain of 17 out at the 28. And while the big talking point is quite obviously the lack of defense, it's overshadowing one of the most efficient games our offense have put together. On the roll, getting this one outside, Jordan Addison gets the catch. A big tackle in open space, though, Simmons. That will send this one to the 4th quarter, where we are currently down 38-31. Got to finish off this drive. Defense needs to make a stop, and then maybe we could find a lead. But first up, we got to find that touchdown. Starting at the 14, it's a heavy set, 3 tight ends, more like 2 plus a tackle. As Etienne is denied. Big boy down the middle, stuffs it. Will be a loss of 1 back to the 15 then. 2nd and 11 and dropping back to shotgun. Polk, he's already in his X factor. He's got an open receiver. Dawson Knox dragged down from behind at the 1. And I'm sure he's shocked that he didn't find the end zone there. Goal to go. We got 4 downs to knock this one in. How about we do it play one as Travis does a little bit of a matrix move. They're sliding in under the defender. We tie this game up 38-38. At some point, defense is going to have to show up, or it's going to come down to whoever has the ball last. Jaguars tie it. And with 6:54 left on the clock, it's back over to Richardson, who's had 2 rushing touchdowns here the last couple drives. Taylor takes the handoff, good gain of 6. He's in his X factor. Polk was for us, but we need someone on this defense with some X factor. As it's play action, Richardson avoids the sack. Hines Allen forces the 3rd down, tracking him from behind. But can we make the stop? They'll go empty set. Bunch to the right-hand side, 2 to the left. Walker clean off the edge. Ball is out, and Taylor has it for the 1st down. Phenomenal performance by Richardson. These are the games the Colts need from him in his contract year. If he plays like this consistently, he will get that extension. Taylor is going to get wrapped up by Lloyd. Loss of 2. One of the few negative plays for the Colts on the day. Good play from the Jaguars defense. They just got to build on it as it's Richardson. Read option. Ball gets popped free. Yancey dives but does not scoop it. Richardson recovers, but it's now 3rd and 9. Trips to the right-hand side. Blocking up front is magnificent, but the ball is short. 4th and 9. We'll have our first punt of the game. Gotta feel a little bit bad there for Richardson as our offense hits the field. That's really his one and only bad play he's had today. We start out at the 10 with a long field in front of us. And it's going to be Jordan Addison here. Play 1, a gain of about 11. And it will be hurry up for the offense. They have a little over 3.5 minutes to find the lead. Well, again, using that mesh across the middle to open up Addison. Almost a legal pick play. But that throw will put Jeff Polk over 3,000 passing yards on the season. Not too bad for the rookie. As now the Jags slowing things down. Play clock well inside 5. They hand it off Etienne. And the lineman in front of him just decided not to block the guy in front of him. It very much does not seem to be a running type of day here for Travis Etienne. He gains 1. Going back to the air, back across the middle. Jordan Addison racking up receptions in this one up to the 49. Well, that will take us through the 2-minute warning. Jaguars sit just inside the 50. Field goal range going to be about that 37-40. As Polk throws left this time, he finds Knox, who gets them inside field goal range. With this game tied up, they could downshift it massively here. Rolling inside 120, it's I form. Travis Etienne, he'll take it down the middle. Try to pick up an extra block there from Aquanu. Gain of 6, first timeout called by Indy. They'll have 2 more remaining. Sticking with the I form. Travis down the middle. Shakes one, does not get by the second. Second timeout called. Only 1 more remains in that back pocket for the Colts. With a minute 10 at the 23. Travis looks to cut back down the middle here, finding a nice little gap. Final timeout is called, 1:06 on the clock. And the Jaguars are down to the 17. Staying with that heavy set. Polkey's barking a call out there, sees something he likes. Picking up a big block, Madison Turner, but a flag comes in. That'll be another holding call, and on top of it, it stops the clock. Antone Harrison, the culprit for his second of the game. And again, Etienne looks for that cutback lane. He slips the tackle and is close to the first down. 3rd and 1, 77 yards and a touchdown. Just rushing today. He also had that massive receiving touchdown on the screen. 3rd and 1, most likely setting up a field goal attempt here for the win. Travis sets it up left hash with a fresh set of downs. This clock will roll down to about 2. So for the win, a chip shot field goal. Cam Little over the Colts, and he sends it down the middle. 41-38, the shootout comes to an end. But what an offensive performance from both sides of the ball, as the crowd here in Indy is dead silent. They Can't fathom what just happened here. The game that Richardson put forth just to have one bad throw came in a little too low. Everett had a great game as well. Defense never really made a big play for Jacksonville. It was just a low pass, the one and only punt forced in the game. Jaguars offense then drove down, taking off the remaining time, and Cam Little came out to kick the game-winning field goal. And that's just game one. We'll move straight on into game number 2, traveling to Nashville to face the Titans. And with a win today, and perhaps a loss from the Texans or Colts, we will lock in the division championship. But it will be without Jordan Addison. We get Campbell back, trading him out for now Addison being out with an ACL sprain. We'll also be without Kurt Colbert, one of our special teamers, and we'll be without Yasir Abdullah, one of our backup edge rushers. So to enemy territory we go for the second time here today. Cooked to get us going. And we are officially ready to take down the Titans and claim our spot atop the AFC South. Starting back at the 24 will be Will Levis and our defense coming out, who just did not show up against the Colts. And last time we played the Titans, where we did win, we did not have a great pass defense. Need to see more of that today as Sharp gets stuffed at the line. Maybe one. But it will be a second and a long 9 here. Still marked at the 25. But they will go back to Sharp. Trying to stretch. He gets the stiff arm on Yancey, but Hines Allen tracks him down. A defense forcing a 3rd and 5. And if they could get the stop here, already massive improvements over their last game. As passes outside, big hit, but a first down gain by Atwell. And it was not by much, maybe about half the length of the football in front of that first down marker. Hard count, no one jumps. Walker with a clean fly right on in to Will Levis. That'll be a loss of 7, and Levis a little slow to get up, and he's going to need some help. A massive hit delivered there by Walker. Levis will try to shake it off here. 2nd and 17. No penalties, everyone back on side. And what a play by Chigakonkwo. Just jumped in front of Lloyd, who thought he might have had an interception. Or actually checked that it was Oluwakin who was over there. Okonkwo did have a really good game last time. We'll see if he gets going. We just gave up a big game to Everett. And I'm sure Tennessee watched the tape on how to beat this defense, who at times have been phenomenal, one of the best in the league. They just haven't been consistent with it. Lloyd with the hit, Chig holds on. There will be another 3rd and short here for Levis. Early movement, that right tackle jumped a mile before any of our guys did, and that will back them up. A hard count not paying off that time. It's 3rd and now 7. As they bring the safety blitz, and Atwell couldn't hold on to it. He was close to another conversion. But 4th and 7, that will be a punt at the 48. That'll send Jeff Polk and the offense out on the field following a phenomenal performance for Polk. That raises his touchdown to interception ratio well over 2-1. And starting here at the 22, it'll be play action, loading up deep in a 1v1 and overthrowing, but they're going to throw the flag in there. Roger McCreary, he kept Thomas Jr. from running to get to that ball. And that'll be a free field flipper down to the opposite 18. Play action, rolling to the right-hand side, and it's up for Thomas. Broken. Great play from the right outside DB there. Having to keep that one high with the underneath defender. It was a good ball from Polk, just unfortunately didn't reach Paydirt. Down the middle for 4 goes Travis. That'll leave the Jags needing 6 more here at the 14. Bunch goes to the left-hand side. One-on-one with Davis on the right-hand side. Safety help not going to quite get over, and they had the open Javon Baker. But not enough time to throw. After catching that massive penalty, Cam Little will be sent out. The Jaguars will get 3 off of it. They're only giving up 3 following a drive that Saw some success from the Titans. I'm sure they will take it. Just stalled as Tutu Atwell didn't hold on to that first down. Massive running lanes and taking a ghost truck hit, but staying on his feet goes Spears, or perhaps our safety has some sort of force field around him. Definitely no contact was made. 1st and 10 as they go underneath, close to the first down, but short by about 1. The short, maybe intermediate passing was the success for the Titans last time we faced them. Under pressure, that ball gets popped free. Ringo, he's gonna fall on it, tap down at the 34, a sack fumble. I'm not sure who it was that jarred that ball free. We'll have to take a second look, but it will be Jaguars ball. Will Levis spinning around, Devin Lloyd punches it free, and Ringo will scoop it up for the Jags. Already the biggest play that we've seen in both of these games from the defense. Setting us up at the 34, play action. And not gonna squeeze that one by Melvin. Diving breakup. What a play from the linebacker. Polk try to find Thomas. Sets up 2nd and 10 with an empty set. Rolling outside. Polk will take this one himself. The DB stepped too far in. And he'll take it down to the 12. A gain of 22. I'm sure ETN wondering where his gain of 22 is. They might look for him here closer to the goal line. Indeed, they go with that stretch, but it's an immediate holding up front that'll back them up. Jack Conklin called with another. The oldest member of this front here, especially after the rebuild, we'll see if he ends up coming back next year. There's a catch. Dawson Knox to pick up the lost 10. Another guy that we'll have to find out if he's going to stay around next season or not. Right now, it's a Super Bowl push here for Coach Boston. As it's going to be a rollout here. Trying to pick up a few blocks. In flies the defender, making it 3rd and 1 at the 3. You could tell Polk thought he had the end zone. The eyes were set. But we could still get a first down here prior to the end zone with a bunch to the left-hand side. And thrown across the middle. Gabe Davis can't hold on. Amani Hooker breaks it up. But with a 4th and 1, this time Coach Boston will not settle. Offense stays on out there. Hard count. Defender moved first. Then we saw Conklin shift. It'll be an encroachment about half the distance. And that distance covers the first down. So 1st and goal, then we don't even have to convert the 4th down. And Travis with the pitch. Biting in and putting on the spin move to ensure he crosses that goal line. Travis gives us a 2-score lead here in Nashville. But if we are to truly be the #1 team here in the AFC, we ought to be going to work against arguably the 2nd worst team in the NFL in total, as Will Levis and the Titans have not had a good year, 3 and 9. But we love to give up some big plays to rivals. Tutu Atwell with a grab. He picks up 7. Despite his smaller frame, I believe they're smallest they have at receiver, they use him quite often across the middle or on the underneath routes. Running out of time, we send this one to the end of the first quarter. 10-0 Jaguars in front. Titans with a 2nd and 3 as we get it back underway here, starting the second quarter. And a great tackle, Hines Allen, forcing a 3rd and 1. And this defense is at their best. They are stuffing runs. They might need to do that here with 3rd and 1. And indeed they do. Junior Alford splits the gap off the snap. And it's going to be a loss of 4 on Spears, forcing another punt. And that means this could really be a key drive for how the rest of this game is going to go. With just under 7 minutes here in the second, already up by 2 scores. Travis Etienne with a massive gap. He breaks it outside. He's at the 40, the 30, 20. Malik Hooker, the only man that could catch him, and he will take an Etienne down at the 5. That's got to be one of his biggest runs, probably this season. And letting that play clock roll down here inside 5 before they snap that ball. Rolling across, Polk will just do it himself. It will be a 17-point lead here in Nashville. Jaguars with another quick drive, extending that lead. 3 scores. For Will Levis and the Titans, they're going to need to find a quick answer. Their man here over on the left-hand side, a young receiver who had a phenomenal game against us the first game of this season. Haven't seen anything from him. We have seen several plays from Okonkwo. He gets another one there. Setting up a 2nd and 4. Levis dances, spins. He finds Spears, who puts on a little speed. Shakes 2 defenders, still going. Shakes another. He's finally brought down to the 29. A play like that could go a long way in rebuilding this Titans' confidence. But can they keep it going here with a now 3rd and 10? Trips left-hand side. Levis, he's buying time and will get outside. Gonna convert the first down. Ringo will tap him down here at the 8. And Walker looks to be a bit banged up here. Look to be holding maybe at a rib, perhaps. He's gonna make his way to the locker room. That will bring out Ellis in his stead. We are missing Abdullah, so Odeyingbo will have to play a little bit of outside. Yancey can't make the stop. Tennessee with the touchdown as they hand it off to Spears, driving it into the end zone, getting them on the board. As the offense hits the field, we do have a rather quick update on Walker. His day is done with an upper body injury. Hopefully that's not going to be too big for the future. As Davis, he's going to pick up another big play here for the Jaguars offense to the 50. He's really had to do a lot for them this year, playing both outside spots, a little bit in the slot, asking a lot for him. He's delivering. As again, it's a rollout here downfield with wide open Dawson Knox down to about the 7. The offense just keeps hitting on these big plays, finding just some open grass out there. They're set up at the 7, goal to go. Hand it off to Travis, who cuts back, and he will answer the score of Spears. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the game makes this one 24-7. Still leaving some time for the Titans to try to answer before halftime. With the defense picking up a 3 and out, they won't do anything with the time left, and will take this one to halftime. 24-7, Jaguars in charge here in Nashville, but they need to finish strong. I would love to run up some scores here while getting through this one a little bit quicker. And at halftime, let's get an update on what's happening down in Houston, as that game does impact us. And they're on top of the Packers right now, 14-10, trying to get above 500. We have split the season series against them. Going up a bit north to Ohio. The Browns 17-0 over the Broncos. The Broncos are the other team battling for either last or second to last with the Titans. And the last update we have for you are the Cowboys. We've been keeping up with them for some reason. They're currently on top of the Panthers, 7-3. The Panthers doing mighty fine here, especially with where they were just a few seasons ago. As we look to get things back underway here in Nashville, it will be Jaguar ball. Starting at the 32 with a single back, it's Travis picking up some good blocks from the tight ends there. He gets clotheslined by Dodson. Gonna be a hard-earned gain of 4, as they're already letting that clock roll here in the second half. Looking to go down the middle, spinning grab Dawson Knox. Just getting his head around in time. Polk really firing that one in there in front of the defenders as they're up to about midfield here. The tight shotgun look, going underneath, back to Dawson Knox, chopped out just before the first down, and he's feeling that hit. Did take a good crunch between those two defenders. 2nd and 1 with a goal line set. ETN stuffed inches short. Melvin, the Tennessee linebacker, is making a couple big plays, leaves 3rd and inches. Gabe Davis in motion. He's going to take the jet dive, almost make sure he gets that first down. Oh, the fans here in Tennessee, they're not pleased with that. 1st and 10, Jaguars inside the 40. ETN, short gain. Melvin there yet again. As long as ETN is picking up at least consistent positive yardage, we will take it. Thomas in motion into the backfield, as there's going to be play action. A throw is behind and bobbled around, intended for Sexton. That being one of the worst throws we've seen from Polk these last 2 games. Leaves a 3rd and 8. Hard count. Person jumped earlier. They're not going to flag it, but we don't need it when Gabe Davis is wide open on the curl, taking it down to the 11. That's just the perk of having a running back out of the backfield that could suck down a DB. But they might need to do it again as it's 3rd and 10 at the 11. Stalling here. We're trying to find the end zone. Again, it's Dawson Knox. Dragged down inches short. These referees are stingy. But we all know one man who's not, and that is head coach Madison Boston. The offense stays on the field. It's goal line v. goal line. Polk trying to call out certain blocks by the look of it. And wide open for the fullback dive. Madison Turner will tack on another touchdown. Running up the score here in Tennessee. Welcoming the boos from the crowd. And we'll jump in just a little bit later. Titans, they're set up plus side. Spears with a catch and run, getting him down here to the 44. With a throw outside. Chiggy's going to break the tackle, getting down to about the 20, marked at the 22. If not for Spears and Chigakonkwo, I'm not sure what the Titans would be doing here today. They wouldn't have their 7 points, that's for sure. Chig motions out as they go with play action under pressure and dropped. It's Mason Smith. That'll be a loss of 5 as the big fella worked through the double on the right side of the line. Setting up a 2nd and 15 back at the 27. Gonna motion that young receiver. Ellis now with them pressure, but Tutu Atwell, he's got a touchdown here for Tennessee. Will Levis taking the hit as he released it, and it's gonna pay off in a massive way. But failing to convert a 2-point try, it'll be 31-13 as we head to the 4th quarter, looking to put this game to rest. Well, the first real threat of the quarter would come from the Tennessee Titans, trying to drive down the field again. About 5.5 minutes here left in the game. They'll find Tutu Atwell fighting for that first down and converting. Will Levis gonna have to put together a miraculous 4th quarter here to try to get anywhere close in points. As it's tight coverage across the board, but squeezing it into Chigakonkwo. What a play from Will Levis, if that was where he intended that ball to go. But ultimately, that Jaguar lead would just prove too much. And with a handful of seconds left, Jeff Polk can kneel the victory. And hopefully we're about to hear some very good news. With this win and a couple other games going our way, we might have just locked our spot as division champions of the AFC South yet again under head coach Madison Boston. And these 2 games were a tale of opposites. A high-flying affair from both sides, no defense. In the second game, the offense, they kept on rolling. Defense, they finally showed up, and for most of the game, shut down the Tennessee Titans. They did give up a couple really big pop plays, but overall, I'm happy with the performance. Now let's go see if we've clinched that spot. And we're not quite there yet, but we are still top of the AFC, and on top of that, we're the #1 team here in the NFL. There are 3 teams who are 10-3. Our Jaguars, the Commanders, and the Ravens. And we've already beat the Ravens once this year with a dominating showing from our defense. They're on a 4-game win streak. We're on a 5-game win streak. But it's still not quite enough to fully claim the division. And that is solely due to the fact that the Texans pulled off the comeback win against the Green Bay Packers. 21 points in the 4th quarter. They win 35-30, keeping them technically within play. And with 4 weeks left, we are 3 games up on the Houston Texans. So we win 1 more game, and not only do we clinch our division, we clinch our spot in the playoffs. Seeding will then kind of vary, but next time we have 2 tough games. The Bills, they're not having the best season. They're 84 across the board. They're 5-8, but they're still a talented team. Following that, we face the Commanders. Jaden Daniels, he's climbed up to an 81 overall here, a star dev, but he has put his team in a really good spot. The short accuracy is first and foremost, so we might see a very similar style of offense than what we see against the Titans. Hit those short, quick routes and let the receivers go to work. And they have a few good receivers themselves. Terry McLaurin, 89, Jahan Dotson, 83, and Jamison Williams adds a whole new level of speed to their offense. He's also sitting at 83. Add in a nice young tight end here as well. And then finishing off the group, you have the running back Brian Robinson Jr. While I am by no means trying to overlook the Bills, I am saying we've got some tough games ahead. We got to come ready to play. If we play like we did against the Colts, these games are not for sure. If we play like we did against the Titans, we could go ahead and have a smooth ride onto the playoffs. So make sure you don't miss it. Hit that bell icon on the bottom right or scroll down, hit that sub button and tap that bell icon so you're notified of when these videos go live. And while you're at it, let me know what you thought about this format, because this will be how we are moving forward throughout the rest of this series. Maybe not quite so with the playoffs. I'll toy around with that because I don't want to spoil how playoffs go if it's a shorter episode, if we're going to go with these two. But as for the regular season, that will be how we do it. I hope you guys enjoyed the first doubleheader. Next time, we got Bills and Commanders, as we'll hopefully clinch the playoffs.